The topic for this video is National Policy on Health 2017. So let us begin with a small introduction. The National Health Policy 2017 seeks to reach everyone in a comprehensive, integrated way to move towards wellness. It aims at achieving universal health coverage and delivering quality healthcare services to all at affordable cost. So the goal of this policy, the policy envisages as its goal the attainment of the highest possible level of health and well-being for all at all ages through a preventive and promotive healthcare orientation in all developmental policies and universal access to good quality healthcare services without anyone having to face financial hardship as a consequence. This would be achieved through increasing access, improving quality, and lowering the cost of healthcare delivery. So, when you observe this goal at the outset, it says the goal is to attain the highest possible level of health and well being. So, how this is to be done? It is to be done through a preventive and promotive healthcare orientation. And it also says that it should not end up in anyone facing financial hardship. So the cost of the medical services should also be lowered. The objectives, the objective is to improve health status through concerted policy action in all sectors and expand preventive, promotive, curative, palliative and rehabilitative services provided through the public health sector with the focus on quality. So this is I think some of the words, maybe palliative is a new word for some of you. So palliative is when the care given for long term diseases like cancer. So the objective was to improve health status through a concerted policy action in all sectors and expand all kinds of services, which included preventive, promotive, curative, palliative and rehabilitative services. The key policy principles. The first is professionalism, integrity, and ethics. So the policy gave a stress on increased levels of professionalism and integrity on the part of the health workers, and also adhering to ethics by regulatory environment. Second is equity, that is the policy aimed at the provision of services to everyone irrespective without any discrimination or disparity on account of gender, poverty, caste or other forms of social exclusion. So third is affordability. So the policy also aimed at keeping the medical expenses within the reach of the general public, so it to keep the costs in check. Fourth is universality. So the policy also aimed at making the medical services available to all without any social exclusion, without any geographical barriers, to all the corners of the country. Fifth, patient centered and quality of care. So the policy also aimed at having a gender sensitive, effective, safe and convenient healthcare services which were to be provided to the patients, and to ensure that the quality, it also focused on the quality of the services which was not to be compromised. Next is accountability. So the policy also made the medical personnel accountable for their performance, and also the financial accountability was taken into account so that the corruption could be kept in check. Seventh is inclusive partnerships. So it also this policy also encouraged partnerships with academic institutions, non-government organizations and other healthcare industries. Pluralism. So the policy also encouraged the other systems of medicines like Ayurveda, Unani, Siddha and homeopathy. Decentralization. So the policy tried its best to aim for decentralization so that community participation could be encouraged and problems could be solved at the community level as far as possible. Dynamism and adaptiveness. So the policy also was trying to constantly believed in constantly uh, improving the healthcare systems and adapt to the new knowledge and techniques coming up. Now let us have a look at the policy thrust. So the first thrust of the policy was ensuring adequate investment. So it aimed at gradual increasing of the investment on healthcare and bring it up to at least 2.5% of the GDP. Second thrust was on preventive and promotive health. So the policy aimed at uh, preventive health systems in a big way and empowering the community participation so that healthcare could be decentralized and action could be taken at the grassroots levels also. The third policy thrust was that the policy identifies coordinated action on 7 priority areas for improving the environment for health, and these priority areas are Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, balanced healthy diets and regular exercises, addressing tobacco, alcohol and substance abuse, Yatri Suraksha, that is preventing deaths due to rail and road traffic accidents, Nirbhaya Nari, that is action against gender violence, reduced stress and improved safety in the workplace, reducing indoor and outdoor air pollution. So these are the 7 priority areas. So this is a gist of the policy thrust. Let us have a look at specific quantitative goals and objectives. So the first category here is health status and program impact. So the about life expectancy and healthy life. So in one of the goals was to increase life expectancy at birth from 67.5 to 70 by 2025. The second is to establish regular tracking of disability adjusted life years index as a measure of burden of disease and its trends by major categories by 2022. So this term disability adjusted life years index, it tries to measure how many years have been lost because of disability. Also reduction of TFR, that is total fertility rate, to 2.1 at the national and subnational level by 2025. So 2.1 is supposed to be the ideal fertility rate because if a woman reproduces gives birth to 2 kids, that is an average of 2.1 to TFR, then at the time of the death of the couple, that is the woman and her husband, so the number of offsprings are 2, so that leads to stabilizing the population. So if the TFR is more than 2.1, it leads to increase in the population, and if TFR is less than 2.1, it leads to decrease in the population. So next, mortality by age and or cause. So reduce under 5 mortality to 23 by 2025, and MMR is maternal mortality rate, from current levels to 100 by 2020. Under 5 mortality rate is the number of children below the age of 5, the death of the number of kids dying below the age of 5 by 20 to reduce it to 23, and reduce infant mortality rate to 28 by 2019, reduce neonatal mortality to 16, and stillbirth rate to single digit by 2025. Next is reduction of disease prevalence and incidence. So achieve global target of 2020, which is also termed as the target of 90-90-90 for HIV AIDS. That is 90% of all people living with HIV know their HIV status. 90% of all people diagnosed with HIV infection receive sustained antiretroviral therapy, and 90% of all people receiving antiretroviral therapy will have viral suppression. Second, achieve and maintain the elimination status of leprosy by 2018, Kala Azar by 2017, and lymphatic filariasis in endemic pockets by 2017. Next, to achieve and maintain a cure rate of more than 85% in new sputum positive patients for TB, this tuberculosis, and reduce the incidence of new cases to reach elimination status by 2025. 2. Reduce the prevalence of blindness to 0.25 per thousand by 2025 and diseases burden by 1/3 from current levels. Next, to reduce premature mortality from cardiovascular diseases, cancer, diabetes or chronic respiratory diseases by 25% by 2025. Next, health systems performance and in this coverage of health services. So it has the goal of to increase utilization of public health facilities by 50% from current levels by 2025. Antenatal care coverage to be sustained above 90% and skilled attendance at birth above 90% by 2025. More than 90% of the newborn are fully immunized by 1 year of age by 2025. Meet the need for family planning above 90% at the national and subnational level by 2025. 80% of known hypertensive and diabetic individuals at the household level maintain controlled disease status by 2025. So these are just figures and I don't think I need to explain these. Cross-sectoral goals related to health. The relative reduction in the prevalence of current tobacco use by 15% by 2020 and 30% by 2025. Reduction of 40% in the prevalence of stunting of under 5 children by 2025. Stunting of under 5 stunting means when the child's height doesn't grow as per the normal standards set. So that is called as stunting. So because of malnutrition, the child's growth may not be to the expected level. So whatever the standards are set for the particular age, if the child doesn't reach that height, then he is said to have stunted growth. So this has to be reduced to 40%. Then access to safe water and sanitation to all by 2020 as part of Swachh Bharat mission. Then reduction of occupational injury by half from current levels of 334 per lakh agricultural workers by 2020. The national and state level tracking of selected health behavior. So next is health systems strengthening. So in under this we have health finance. So increase health expenditure by government as a percentage of GDP from the existing 1.15% to 2.5% by 2025. And increase state sector health spending to more than 8% of their budget by 2020. Decrease in proportion of households facing catastrophic health expenditure from the current levels by 25% by 2025. A catastrophic health expenditure is the kind of health expenditure which is unbearable for the family, so which is beyond its means. Then health infrastructure and human resources. So ensure quality of paramedics and doctors as per the Indian Public Health Standard norm in high priority districts by 2020. Then increase community health volunteers to population ratio as per IPHS norm in high priority districts by 2025. Establish primary and secondary care facility as per norms in high priority districts, population as well as time to reach norms by 2025. Next is health management information. Ensure the district level electronic database of information on health system components by 2020. Strengthen the health surveillance system and establish registries for diseases of public health importance by 2020. establish federated integrated health information architecture, health information exchanges, and national health information network by 2025. So these are the references for this for the preparation of this video, and you can go through these references for a better understanding of this policy. Thank you.